It's gonna fall, it's gonna fall, it's gonna fall. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is Book Chats, and today we're gonna talk about how I have a problem, which is to say, I've bought some more books. I succumbed to the Book Outlet Booktober sale. I had so many books originally in my cart, guys, and I got it down to 10. So I had this order coming, and I was like, oh yeah, I should do a haul, an unboxing of that. Oh, and while I'm at it, I should show the other books that I've bought lately. I just stacked them all up for you guys to show you, and the stack is so tall. I did not realize I had acquired this many books since I had last shown you guys books that I acquired. Yeah, I clearly need to stop buying books. Anyway, we're going to start with the unboxing because I think that's what is the most exciting for you guys to see, and then we can go on to all the other books that I bought, but yeah. I'm so excited, guys. You can already see right at the top what these are, but I'm just going to go through them. I got Unfinished Business by Anne-Marie Slaughter, which is about the ways the workforce could really be better suited for families and for parents and for people who just want to have a better work-life balance in general. I don't know where I'm going to put all these. I think I'm going to put them on the top of my bookshelf, which is not helpful for you guys, but it's helpful for me. Alright, this is one of two books that are in this order about boundaries. This is Boundaries Where You End and I Begin by Anne Catherine. These next couple are not nonfiction books, they're fiction books. The Color of Hope by Kim Cash Tate. This is a book for my People of Color in Christian Fiction project that was on a list that was given to me by a friend of mine. So she said, I've just heard that these exist. I don't know if they're good or bad. She gave me a list and this was one of the books on it. So I couldn't find it at my library. I checked there and it was on sale on Book Outlet, so I got it there. Oh, this is short. I didn't realize this would be so short. This is Forest of Memory by Mary Robinette Kowal. I did not realize that this is basically like a little, like, novella. I've read a couple of Mary Robinette Kowal's works and I have liked them, and I thought this would be interesting to give a shot. This one is also skinnier than I expected, but that is fine. This is Six Gun Snow White by Catherine M. Valente. She is usually an adult author, but she also wrote The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making series. Is that the Fairyland series? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is like a retelling of Snow White in the Old West, where Snow White is an American Indian, and so that really drew my attention to the book. Here's my other book about boundaries. It's called Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. This one was specifically recommended to me by a friend of mine who read it, and it is specifically about setting boundaries as a Christian, and I really wanted to read from this perspective. Surprise, surprise! So once upon a time, I read a book called Bone Gap, and I really loved it, and I got a signed paperback copy at BEA, and I got an audiobook copy, but then I thought to myself, well, I can't lend anyone my audiobook copy, and I can't lend anyone my signed copy, and I really do kind of want a hardcover, so I've had my eye on a Bone Gap hardcover for a while, and I've really wanted one for a while, and finally I just up and bought one, and I love that it has the print sticker and the National Book Award finalist sticker, and I basically, like, if you guys know me at all, you know that I'm basically Bone Gap trash, so it's so pretty, guys. Anyway, sorry. Alright, this one, Fierce Convictions, The Extraordinary Life of Hannah More, Poet, Reformer, Abolitionist. It is about a woman who, is this actually, this is fiction, right? No. Oh. Guys, I got a really good deal on this because it's nonfiction. I was thinking that this was historical fiction that was like based on a real person. No, it's like straight up nonfiction. I'm really excited, just in time for Nonfiction November. Okay, these last two are just kind of for fun and like creativity, and the first of those is 365, a daily creativity journal. Basically, like, it's a prompt every day, so like, hey, you should make something and put it in this journal, and I just thought like it might be kind of a fun thing to do, and like a fun thing to do in order to like get myself on more of a schedule with like my creative pursuits. And this last one in a similar vein, is just kind of for fun. I'm not a huge coloring book person because I'm not great at coloring, but I thought that this looked like it could be really nice and very simple, and it's fairly repetitive, so I feel like I can like do different things with different ones and like not feel like I ruin them, and it's not like so fancy like the Joanna Basford books. So those are all my book outlet books. Now I'm going to show you all the other books that I've acquired since we've last spoken. First, some books that I got at the Texas Teen Book Festival. So I went, and usually when you go to a book festival, if you want to get something signed, then you have to buy something at the festival, even if you bring stuff with you. So I had brought a book with me, which was A Fierce and Subtle Poison by Samantha Mabry. I do have 2 copies. Brought that to get signed, so I knew I had to buy something. And so I went in, and I was looking at what to get. And I had been at the San Antonio Book Festival way, way, way back in the spring, and while I was there, they had really talked up this book, Gabby, A Girl in Pieces by Isabel Quintero. I bought this, and then I actually saw the author speak on a panel, and I was really excited that I bought this because she was really awesome. Everyone like around her had such positive things to say about this book, and I think that it'll be a really interesting look at a different cultural experience for me. At that same panel where I saw Isabel Quintero, I also saw the author of Phantom Limbs, Paula Garner, and she was like the sweetest, just like, so here's how it all went down. I basically went and sat way in the front because I like sitting in the front, and then someone came and sat next to me and said like, oh yeah, I have to sit in the front because I was told I was required to sit in the front. And I was like, okay, whatever. And this person turned out to be Audrey Coulthurst, the author of Fire and Stars. And I was like, wait a minute. This is you. I talked to her a little bit about her relationship with Paula and how they're like writing BFFs, and they are like just stick up for each other, and they're just so like their lady friendship was just so wonderful. And then I watched Paula on the panel. So then I went back and I also bought Phantom Limbs by Paula Garner, and I got that signed, and she was so sweet, and I still haven't read this, and I still really need to read it. I need to read all of these books, guys. I've read one of the books that I'm going to show you, and I've started on another one. But just, it's so bad. And then, like, at the signing at the end, so I wasn't going to talk to Lainey because, like, if someone has a line, you don't usually wait in that line just to talk to them. You usually get something to get signed. But when people don't have a line, it's actually like totally fine to just go talk to them. Like, I don't know if you guys know this would go under like Caitlin's tips and tricks for book events. But like if someone does not have a line, like you can just go talk to them. Lainey had like a super short / non-existent line, and it was like crazy. So I went inside and I was like, oh, I just wanted to talk to Lainey, and I just wanted to tell her like how much I love her work and like talk to her a little bit. And it was awesome for 2 reasons. One, because she gave me a copy of Strange the Dreamer, the sampler, not the ARC. I have seen that there is a real ARC now, but this is just the sampler. She had this entire box of samplers, and so she gave me one as well, and she signed it. And it's fun because we were talking like at length. Like I talked to Lainey Taylor at length about her characters and the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, and how like meaningful Days of Blood and Starlight is to me, and how like emotional reading that book made me. And it was like so wonderful. She's basically awesome. But then she signed it for me. Oh, she's a beautiful signature, guys. But then she put like a little eye, and then she was like, oh, wrong book. Oh, and I was like, it's okay, it's what we were talking about. But she's like, I'll have to learn how to draw moths for this one. So I'm totally going to buy Strange the Dreamer because obviously Lainey. But I have not read this sampler yet. I don't know anything about it. So it should be no surprise that I have a copy of Unblemished. I told you guys months ago that I pre-ordered it. I was so excited for it to come in. And it actually became really important because I lost my ARC. Like, I'm trying to read it in time for the release, and my family's in town, and they got a hotel because I have a really tiny apartment, and I don't know if I left it there or I left it somewhere else, but I lost both my ARC copy of Unblemished and my glasses. I still have glasses because I have a spare pair, but my favorite pair of glasses, and I lost them, and I called the hotel and they didn't have them. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So I had to wait for Unblemished to actually come to me to get it. This you will hear about again when I finish it and review it. So then in like mid-September, actually it was September 11th, I was just like ditzing around on the internet, and I discovered that Melina Marchetta had a book coming out on October 11th in the United States. A new book, a book for adults, her first adult novel. I did something that I've never done before, which is that I wrote to the publisher of the book in the United States, and I said, hi, I am a book vlogger, and I am a huge fan of Melina Marchetta, and I saw that you are publishing her first adult novel in the United States, and I was wondering if you would consider giving me a copy for a review. I thought about it way too much. I way overthought the email. I talked to a friend of mine who's actually requested stuff before and was like, dear friend, please give me advice. And she was like, it's really like just chill. I was like still kind of hoping, and no, it didn't, no. I couldn't wait until it was actually published in the United States, so I ordered a copy from Australia and had it shipped via Book Depository. Also because I like the Australian cover better, so that's why I have a paperback copy of this. So I did this long thing where I was explaining basically reviewing this book, and then I realized that I should just do a separate review because I've actually read this one. So you can look this up and what it's about. Alright, the next set of books are books that I bought at my library's book sale. My library basically has a bookstore in the basement where they sell ex-library books and also books that were donated to them. So the two, well, there's several that I bought, but one is Even If the Sky Falls by Mia Garcia. This is one that is a debut that I heard good things about, and so I got it. And another is The Steep and Thorny Way by Kat Winters. It is a retelling of Hamlet. The main character, who's like our Hamlet figure, is mixed race. And also it is by Kayla from Kayla Rain's favorite author, Kat Winters. And so I definitely wanted to give it a try. I actually started this from the library, and then I had to turn it back in, and then they had this beautiful finished copy, and I was like, yes, please. This is Froy of the Exiles by Melina Marchetta. You actually have not read this book, guys. So confession, I have only read the first book in the Lumitere Chronicles, Finnegan of the Rock. It's Froy of the Exiles and Quintana of Charn are the only two Melina Marchetta books that I have not read. I've been intending to finish out my Melina Marchetta, and so I bought it. It's really in good shape, and it smells good. It is so heavy, guys. It's a thick chunker of a book, let me tell you. So I will probably reread Finnegan and then read Froy and then read Quintana. I'll Give You the Sun by Janie Nelson. I had this in my cart at Book Outlet, and then I took it out, and then I saw it on sale at the library, and I was like, yes, I will. Devoted by Jennifer Matthew. I saw her speak at the North Texas Teen Book Festival in the spring, and I thought that this might be really interesting to read. I don't know, we'll see. And then this last one I got kind of for me and kind of for a friend of mine. I saw this at my library book sale. It's called This Dark Endeavor. It's a prequel retelling kind of thing of Frankenstein, and so I got it kind of for me, but I really got it because I'm going to pass it along to my book twin, Stephanie, because she's actually super into this kind of gothic novel retelling of classics thing, and so I think she will probably like it more than I do. Alright, and the last stack of books are all books that I bought at the Half Price Books big giant clearance warehouse sale. I knew I shouldn't have gone, guys. I knew I shouldn't have gone, but they just lured me in with their email. I found a bunch of things that I think, one of these is not from that, actually. So I will talk about that when I get, two of these are not from that, so I'll talk about those when I get to them. But basically, this is Bamboo and Lace by Lori Wick. I think I'm actually going to hate it, guys. I'm not sure. But this is for my people of color in Christian fiction, particularly Christian romance challenge. Anyway, this was recommended to me by someone, and we will see. I have a very big suspicion that it is like an old-fashioned, really poorly done Christian fiction, but I could be wrong. This is one that I was thinking about. Anyway, I've heard it recommended by a lot of people that I really trust, and so I got Timothy Keller's The Meaning of Marriage. He wrote it with his wife Kathy, and that was actually a really good deal because it's a hardcover and it was like $2. So then that one I did not get there. Alright, then I got Life Together, the Classic Exploration of Christian Community by Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I've been meaning to read Bonhoeffer for a while, so I got it, and I figured if I hated it, then I hated it, but it was cheaper than getting it brand new, and I just have been interested in checking out. He's a super popular author among the young Christian evangelical crowd that I run with. I keep saying this in videos. I don't know if any of it has actually made it to you guys, but anyway. And then I just got sucked into buying two other Christian romances that have nothing to do with my project, and I just got sucked into because they sounded like they could be interesting or could not. I got A Lasting Impression by Tamara Alexander. It's basically a Christian historical romance. And Lady of High Regard by Tracy Peterson, which is also a Christian historical romance. This one especially suckered me in because it was only $1. And then the last two books that I have acquired since I last talked to you guys. One of them I got through trading. I traded with Harley, and she's awesome, and I will put a a link to her Twitter or something down below. But I traded her a copy of Ruined by Amy Tintero for a copy of The Sacred Lies of Minnow Bly, which I read last year and really loved, and like have increasingly been thinking I should own because I keep like wanting to discuss it with people and wanting to make people read it. And she was so sweet and wonderful and like perfect person to trade with, and that's why I'm gonna like put a link down below to her Twitter just in case you guys ever should have something that she wants and want to trade with her. But it was like the very first time I've done books for trade, and it was such a positive experience. So maybe I'll do more of that in the future when I actually read all these books on my shelves. We'll see. Oh dear. I have a very tall stack of books next to me. And the last is like actually one of the first books among all of these that I bought. I bought it right away when I started my People of Color in Christian Fiction project because I asked a friend of mine who works at Thomas Nelson for recommendations, because I thought if anyone has like knowledge of people of color in Christian fiction, it will be this friend, because she literally professionally works for Christian publishers, and also she is a woman of color. And she, along the list of things that she gave me, this is one that sounded really interesting to me and was not available at my library, and I was like, fine, I'm just gonna buy it because it was like the first one I was interested in reading. And it is Sushi for One by Cami Tang. Since then I have read 2 of Cami Tang's other books, and so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this one or not. That is what this is part of, and I will read it probably soon, so we'll see. That actually does go on this stack. Okay, now do you want me to hold all these? Because this is... Oh dear. We'll see if I can hold all these. Okay. This is all of the books that I've acquired in the last 2 months. This is problematic. This is actually problematic. Like, I say this like it's funny, but this is actually problematic. I need to have a moratorium. I need to actually read 5 books that I own before I buy a new one. I already have one on pre-order. Shh, don't tell anyone. I already have 2 on pre-order. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to go before I drop all of these all over the floor, and it'll be real messy and real bad. But thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you've read any of these books, or if you have thoughts on any of them, if you're like, you should definitely read this first or not, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!